Hey guys, welcome to the Prime Dude, and welcome if you're a first timer and you're looking to buy a custom online dress shirt. Now, if you follow the channel, you know I've got shows on Proper Cloth, Charles Tyrwhitt, Ledbury. I could keep going. Today is the Tailor Store. And before we get started, hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, set on your alerts because the show's growing, and it's all because of you and how unique my approach is. To give a quick overview of the company, like 1 minute, show you the website, give you an idea of what it looks like to design your first shirt. Then we're going to talk about what happens while they're making the shirt at the Tailor Store and what you can expect when you get that first shirt, the free remake policy, and how to best take advantage of that. And then some of the things I learned after trying the final shirt on, ordering a few more, and really leaning into what needs to improve and what I really love about the shirts from the Tailor Store. Now let's jump into the website. I'm going to throw the glasses on. I'm going to walk you through exactly what to expect, what you'll see when you order your first shirt. It's a really nice website, very easy to use, and you literally come down and you click the Start Here button. That's what you do. It's real simple, and it's going to take you to what I think is maybe the best online shirt designing function and really application in the business. And so you can pick your fabric, right? It's going to load very quickly. Tons of fabrics, different pricing. Here you are and where I started, about $89. Lots of options. Really nice cotton pinpoint Oxford options. Then you pick your sleeve. I've never ordered a button down or what you say button up short sleeve. You pick your collar. Pay attention here. This is one of the things I talk about later. Stick with the business classic. You can do cutaway if you want a little more space, but I think business classic is an excellent option, and that's what it defaults to. Cuffs. Pretty simple. Something you can do convertible now, which is interesting. I think this is new. Just discovered this, which is great and good for them. These, if you know my show, you know that I think even with a custom option, you should have that second button option in case your cuffs are a little large when you get your shirt and you want to tighten them a bit. That second option gives that to you. Of course, that's not a feature you see in your typical custom made to order or even bespoke dress shirts. Typically, they're made with just one button, the single button. We can go with that for now, but convertible is a nice touch, and that is new. Good for you, the Tailor Store. I mean, that's new like very recently. Plaquette, this is something you can do. It's a styling thing. This shirt I have on doesn't, but if you see without, you can tell the plaquette. It's that extra exposed stitch line that comes down the button line. You can do with. Some folks say and believe with is a little sartorial formal touch. Going through it, it's very easy, guys. They make it very simple, and as you can see, as I chose their basic, I went with their basic Islington white. It's one of their really long staple, nice cotton features. You can get that for about $119 without additional things like monogram on the collar, on the cuffs, or on the waist area, which is something guys like to do in a custom shirt. So you hit continue. Your shirt's designed. You've got a simple white dress shirt ready to go, but it needs a size option. I highly recommend you take advantage of the create size for your shirt. It's an excellent AI option. It doesn't require any pictures, any photos to be sent. They make it really easy, and I can say, as you'll see when I show you the shirts I wore, they did a pretty nice job on the first run with this create a shirt or a size for your shirt. Age, body, height, right? We come up to what I was, 6'2". Age is older, right? So we're getting up there. Weight, a little bit heavier. I tend to go a little over what I am, about 195. I put 5 pounds extra. I don't want the shirt to be too tight when I get it. And then shoe size, right? US, I'm a 10.5, but depends. Dress shoe, 10.5. Sneaker size, 11.5. We'll go with that. We're done. It is ready to go. Continue, and it's going to ask you some more questions. You walk through it. It's really simple. I'm not going to belabor the point. What's really cool, and I'll put some screenshots here, they actually give you some updates while they make your shirt. You'll see an actual picture of your shirt being made. It's in Southeast Asia. I believe it's Vietnam, where the folks that I would consider pretty strong artisans of shirts are making the shirt to your specifications that were driven by the AI option I showed you. Now, the AI is not what you have to do. You can manually enter measurements like if you have another shirt company like Proper Cloth and you want to give these guys a try, go for it. Enter those measurements, and again, you still get a free remake if you need adjustments. So you get the emails, they're making your shirts. It's pretty cool. It's kind of a build-up. And after about 2.5 weeks, maybe 3, depending on where you live, I live in the US, you're going to get that first shirt and your chance to try it on. It's pretty exciting. Like I told you, this is the first shirt I ordered. I'm wearing it. And it came almost perfect, which it's hard to expect. Every body type's different. We have a certain feel we need. And you guys know, if you've watched some of my other dress shirt reviews, what are my kind of musts. First of all, sleeve length. That's the first thing I feel. Now, this was one of my very first custom online shirts, and they absolutely nailed the sleeve length. I mean, they are perfect. You don't see any slide in that very first shirt. I didn't have to change a thing. Everything else was great too. The chest, the body length. This is a tucked dress shirt. You can go with untucked options at the Tailor Store. I got the hidden button collar. I didn't mention that. There's an option. So I did the hidden button on this shirt so that the collar stays down. Another really important thing we're going to talk about. So I've already shown you some pictures as we talk, but take a look again. The shirt came out really nice, the same one I'm wearing, and I absolutely love it. The neck measurement came perfect. I do have a recommendation we'll talk about when we get into the things that I learned, but it came near perfect. I can button this for a tie. That's what you absolutely need in case you need to add a tie. So we're looking good, right? I feel like with the fit, the first try, I ordered some more shirts. Maybe I did find the perfect dress shirt for custom fitting. Let's get into some recommendations and something kind of serious that you need to watch out for. That's right, there is a problem, and there's something I need to let you know about. I'm going to get into that in a moment. First, if you're ordering your first shirt, I would add about 0.2 inches. It goes in different increments. So if you're a 17, like I am, go to 17.2. Give yourself a little room. They come a little snug in the collar on the first run. Now the collar options. You can see on the website I showed you there's different business collars, and you can actually pick the collar stiffness. Now if you're doing just a standard collar without any button, now there's a button, typical button down collar option, which I'll show you some video here. That's the only one I have, and I went to this after the problem I discovered. Tailor Store has a major flyaway collar problem. Take a look at some of these pictures here. I've talked about it on my podcast, and I've emailed them about it. I tried different collar stiffness options. I always went with the medium, but I thought if they call it a business collar, right, the more stiff option, that these collars would stay down better. Again, don't pay attention to this one. Look at the pictures. This one has the hidden button. It's the only option I can really go with, because no matter what I did, taking it to a dry cleaners and trying to iron it down, if you can, and you do that, you can damage it. I could not keep these collars down without some kind of button mechanism. That's a major problem. It looks bad. They pop out of your jacket, especially if you're wearing a tie. It looks silly. Flyaway collar is a real issue. And I had to employ an aftermarket solution that I talked about on the podcast to fix this issue. It's that bad. And Tailor Store really doesn't seem to care. They kind of said, iron it down, do this, and then once I actually damaged it over ironing it. So what did I have to do? I had to actually do my own thing to make these shirts wearable. Because seriously, you cannot wear them without some kind of device helping hold the collar down. So this is what I went with. First of all, this is the one that I favor. These are actually permanent sticky dots that you put under the collar area, and it'll hold right here, and they stick. They'll go through the laundry, they'll stay permanent, they'll hold the collars down nicely, but it makes it near impossible to wear these shirts once you've done it with a tie. You can pull it back off, but that's going to affect the adhesive, but it is a fix. It does work. One of the things I love is that Proper Cloth and Charles Tyrwhitt sends metal collar stays. Tailor Store doesn't. They stick with the plastic, like Ledbury. Come on, guys, that's cheap. Someone's spending over $100 in many cases, or some cases, on a dress shirt. The collar stays should be metal. I've been through a journey with the Tailor Store, and I don't want this review to go too long or be too negative. They make a great fitting shirt. They have a fantastic online ordering system, but they have a real problem, and that's the collars. To me, I can never order a Tailor Store shirt that doesn't have an option of buttoning down, whether it's hidden, external, it doesn't matter. The collar stiffness doesn't matter, but definitely stick with the medium. Don't go with the heavy like I tried. That actually makes the problem worse, even though they call it a business collar, which I think is misleading. Because if the collar's stiff and heavy stiff, it should really lay down on its own with regular collar stays inside. You shouldn't even need metal. I can recommend the shirt from the Tailor Store if you're okay with this look of the hidden button. If you don't want the external button, keep in mind when you do the hidden button collar option, you're going to have to stick with plain buttons. What happens is if you change the button color, you want something a little darker, even their ocean blue, sky blue, or even navy like I've done, they do the same button color up here, and it really shows. I think it's a distraction. I have not tried. If you're really set on having contrast color buttons on your dress shirt, which can look pretty cool, ask them, email them to try to change this to a clear button, their standard button, and you're going to be much happier. I had a shirt that I got rid of. I could not stand wearing it because the navy buttons were just a distraction for me, along with the navy contrasting buttons of the shirt. So there's my review. If I had to give it a number of stars out of 5, I would give the Tailor Store 3.5 stars. But I do think, look at the other recommendations I have down below. I'll post my Ledbury, my proper cloth, and my Charles Tyrwhitt, so you can make your own choice if you're doing this for the first time. Tailor Store is not going to do you wrong on fit. They're going to make great styles for you. You're going to like how they fit and look. Just know going in, I have not been able to figure out a fix with the Tailor Store, and I've had plenty of emails with them on what they're going to do about their flyaway collar problem. I'm going to continue to further investigate the Tailor Store and try to work with them, but as of right now, the collar issue is a problem. If you do want a really good fit, I might have to say the Tailor Store makes the best fit of them all on the first try. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Again, like, subscribe, follow the show, hit the alert button, ask me any questions you like, and as always, stay prime.